Hello, this is Alicia, Sisk-Morris CPA, and today I'll be sharing with you the crowdfunding website Fundly. What is Fundly? Well, Fundly is a crowdfunding website used for online fundraising for organizations such as nonprofits, charities, political groups, clubs, schools, teams, churches, and many other organizations. It was created in 2009, and the individuals raising the money can capitalize on social media by sharing their campaign through places like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Google+, and other social media networks. It is also an app that is available on social networks such as Facebook and LinkedIn. And finally, the funds are processed through a site called WePay, where the donors are charged when they make a donation. According to their CEO, Dennis Hu, they are considered the world's largest and most widely adopted social fundraising platform, having raised over $300 million and enabled over 42,000 campaigns. So how does it work? Step 1 is you connect with donors by creating a campaign for free. You can tell your story in words in a blog style format, pictures or videos, and anyone can set up a campaign. Step 2 is you share your campaign on Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn, Pinterest, websites, blogs, and even in email direct campaigns. Step 3 is you keep your people interested by keeping your story fresh and alive by adding additional rich posts, things like additional videos, additional photos, adding to the story, giving updates to people that donate. The more that you do this, the more likely you'll generate interest in additional donations. Step 4 would be that you collect secure online payments via credit cards, debit cards, and PayPal. Automatic transfers can be configured into your bank account. So who uses this site? This website seems to pull in a very large variety of organizations. So you can create sites for health and medical needs, animal rescues and pets, memorial funds and funeral funds, but nonprofits, charities, schools, educational opportunities, clubs, community events, fraternities, and sororities, for the military and veterans, kids and family, fun and special events, creative projects, church and religious organizations, and even a fundraising opportunity to raise money for your honeymoon or for wedding registries. Their pricing and fee structure is set up on a tiered level, which is different than other organizations or other crowdfunding platforms that I've looked at. So with setting up the actual campaign itself, there's no charge in setting one up. They charge a 4.9% platform fee with donations up to $50,000. Then they charge a lower level of 4.4% on campaigns between $50,000 and $500,000. They charge 3.9% on donations between $500,000 and $1 million, and any amount donated over $1 million, they charge 2.9%. In addition to those tiered fees, you also pay what's called the payment provider fee, which on average is 3% for them. Please note that the Fundly pricing page was actually down, so we actually had to look at youcaring.com and Wikipedia to try to get some of this information. We do see that and note that they use the WePay as their portal for processing those credit card fees, and WePay charges a 2.9% per transaction plus a 30-cent per transaction fee. There's no minimum amount that you have to raise in order to keep your funds. Payments are processed quickly and usually can be withdrawn within 24 to 48 hours. Automatic transfers can also be configured to further speed up things. Here are some tips for a successful fundraiser. 1. Inspire people with your campaign. Show energy and optimism. 2. Add photos to grab their attention. 3. Include a video, as they are twice as likely to succeed and it will double your impact of your campaign. 4. Set fundraising goals. 5. Ask for help from family and friends. 6. Promote your campaign. 7. Make a Facebook page for your cause. And 8. Approach local news and media with your campaign. How successful is Fundly in terms of their campaigns? Well, according to the website Crowds Unite, They are available in all countries that have requesters for campaigns. They've raised over $330 million through over 42,000 campaigns. And according to their CEO, Dennis Hu, they are considered the world's largest social fundraising platform. Things to take into consideration. When using this sort of platform, any type of crowdsourcing platform in organizations that are charities or 501c3 organizations, please note the following. Currently, there are 39 states in the District of Columbia that have laws governing charitable solicitation. Each state has its own unique laws and regulations regarding what qualifies as a solicitation as well as when the registration is required. Most states require registration by an organization before making any charitable solicitation within the state. Failure to register can result in both civil and criminal penalties and vary among the states. Potential penalties include state fines requiring the nonprofit to return all solicited funds or ordering the nonprofit to cease soliciting funds within the state until registration is complete. Nonprofits and commercial fundraisers are prohibited from misrepresenting the purpose of their charitable organization or the nature of their purpose of the beneficiary or the solicitation. An attorney general can file a lawsuit against a nonprofit who engages in misrepresentation or fraud while soliciting for charitable purposes. Crowdfunding can be a wonderful tool and a resource for nonprofits raise, but their leaders should be aware of potential associated legal risk and be prepared to comply with laws and stay within their jurisdiction. The reporting of the income. Please remember that the funds raised through the organization's crowdfunding and crowdsourcing campaign is considered income to the person or the organization receiving the funds. When you set up an account, you're going to have to give them either an individual's or an organization's tax ID number, and that individual or that organization will be required to report that income. Donations through crowdsourcing campaigns are not tax deductible unless it is made directly to a 501c nonprofit group. And since every fundraiser is different and unique, it is advised that you hire a CPA to determine how to handle each situation. If you're using crowdfunding as an equity-based type of crowdfunding solicitation, and this is where you have investors receiving a small stake in a company in return for micro investments, they will not be legal in the U.S. until the SEC issues rules for how these transactions may be conducted. The 212 Jumpstart Our Small Business Startups Act, also called the Jobs Act, loosens securities regulations to encourage funding of small businesses and require the SEC to propose crowdfunding rules. Please keep in mind this is a new and upcoming avenue in terms of getting funded, and you need to check with your local attorneys and your local government to ensure that you're in compliance. This area is constantly evolving. I was able to locate on a Forbes article called The Trouble with Crowdfunding, this crowdsourcing in the SEC Jobs Act. As you can see, crowdfunding does have a maximum amount that can be raised, which is $1 million in a 12-month period. You are unlimited in the number of investors. You are restricted by the income or net worth of the individual in terms of their maximum investment. Investor disclosure is required and must be filed with the SEC. Is intermediary is required? Yes. A broker and dealer is required. Is it subject to ongoing SEC reporting? Yes, it is, at least annually. Must you disclose liabilities? Yes, a full disclosure is required. Can the shares be resold or restricted? Yes, they are for 1 year. Is state filing required? Possibly, depending on your state. Advertising or general solicitation is not allowed. And the public companies, foreign issuers, investment companies, exempt investment companies, are they able to use the exemption? And they are not. Before you launch a crowdfunding campaign, here is some advice. Please seek the advice of an attorney for all legal issues regarding your campaign. Step 2 is please seek advice from a certified public accountant to understand the tax implications of your fundraising efforts. And finally, please contact your state if you are a nonprofit or business to make sure that you are in compliance. If you have any further questions, please feel free to reach out to me. This is Alicia Sisk-Morris, a CPA. My website is www.siskmorriscpa, and my email is asmcpa@yahoo.com. Thank you for your time.